2, 1.
All right, hey there. This is Michael Mershad with Ultimate Leadership Martial Arts, and this is just a quick note as we go into summertime. It's just kind of a thing that kind of happens in martial arts schools across the country. So this is not for instructors this time, this video. This is actually for all martial artists and parents of a martial artist, okay? And so here's what we're going to discuss. The first one is summertime, all right? Summertime's approaching, summertime's here for most of us, and we want to make sure as we come into summer that we have that commitment of we're still going to train 2 days a week. And here's what happens a lot of times. We look at our calendar, and we see all vacations and camps and things like that, and we start to think, oh no, how are we going to keep training consistently? How is our child going to keep training? Here's what I want you to know. Vacations are great, okay? Make sure you do that. Take a vacation. Take a little break here and there, but here's the deal. Tell your child, listen, we're going to take a vacation. You're not going to be behind because it's summertime and everybody takes a vacation. So the instructors know that, and they know when you come back, they're going to help you out. They're going to get you back on track like everybody else. Because a lot of times the kids think when they haven't been in class for a little bit that they're so behind, and then they say things like, well, I don't want to go. I don't like Taekwondo anymore. And that's not the case. The case is they missed a week or two. And just letting them know this is normal, especially in summertime. This is totally normal. You're going to put them at ease, and when they come back, they're going to feel just like everybody else. And that's how they like to feel when they come back in the program after being gone for a bit, okay? And so letting them know that vacations happen. We have kids that leave for a month, and they're still on track to test for the next belt test. That's fine, okay? We want to keep our kids on track because the more on track they are, they get their black belts, they get motivated, they keep training, and magical things happen at our academy, okay? So, summertime, let your kids know, just like everybody else, we're going to take a vacation, and when we get back, we're going to get back involved, okay? I think that's huge, okay? All right, so that's summer. Make sure if you are going on vacation, let your Taekwondo instructor know the dates of your vacation. That way, they know you're gone and not just being lazy on us, all right? But when you are in town this summer, twice a week, come to your training, do your class, train hard, go home, and then go to the pool, all right? But training over the summer is key because this time everybody feels like being a little lazy, and they say, well, we'll come back in the fall. For us, when someone says they'll come back in the fall, that's like the death, okay, of Taekwondo training. We want to make sure consistently train throughout the summer, and that's going to keep you on track to be where you want to be. All right, now, the next thing is if your kid says, this could be any time of year, your kid says that they want to quit, okay, and they will give you so many reasons, and some of your kids might even tell you the truth. But a lot of times, here's what we hear from parents. Well, Johnny's just burned out, okay? And quick thing on burnout. You are burned out when you are training 6 days a week and you are here all the time. That's when you're burning out, all right? I burned out once. I was training 4 days a week. I was teaching 4 or 5 days a week, and I was just burned out, okay? And I had to take a break for a little bit and reestablish some of my goals and remotivate myself, and obviously, it worked out for me, okay? But we want to make sure to understand burnout. And then the other thing, which is the boredom factor, okay? And that's when maybe they're not training consistently enough. Maybe they had a surgery, or maybe they had a death in the family, or maybe they had school kind of was really hard, and so they had a time where they couldn't train. And then, like I said before, the easy thing to say is, well, I just don't want to do it anymore. I'm bored. I don't like sparring. It's not for me. It's not my thing, okay? And so what we want to understand is these are all excuses, and I'm not saying that Taekwondo or martial arts training is for every kid, every adult, everybody. What I am saying is martial arts is a lifestyle that when trained properly is just an awesome thing for a kid's life. One day when I send my daughter off to college, or my first one off to college, I'm going to have that comfort of knowing my child's a 4th degree black belt going to college, okay? Had she played soccer, I think that would have been awesome, and she'd have that teamwork built into her and things like that. But I just think having that martial arts background, having that training, having that martial attitude that no one deserves to, I don't deserve to get hurt by anybody, and I can protect myself. For me as a father, that's such a huge comfort to me, okay? And so that's what we want to look at is, yeah, your kids can still do other things, but martial artists is what they are. And if you tell your kids, well, train until you get your black belt, then you can quit. What is that setting in their head, okay? And I think that's great to motivate them. Don't get me wrong. I think parents that say, let's get our black belt, you're awesome parents. I think you're doing the best you can to motivate them, but saying, I'll let you quit then is another thing. Here's what we say. Your focus should be getting your black belt, then we'll talk. Then we'll talk, okay? Because a lot of times, if they have in their head, I'm going to get my black belt, then quit, that's in their head, all right? If they have, let's get my black belt, then we'll talk, they would reset their goals. When they get their black belt, that's such a huge day. But if they're already counting on quitting, they're not really going to be able to celebrate that. So let your kid know you're a martial artist. That is awesome. You know, you're going to get your black belt. That is awesome, okay? And then reestablish goals once they get their black belt. But that's a huge deal. Last thing, then I'm going to let you go, and that is other sports. Being able to do other sports and do martial arts, okay? I think it's silly for me to sit here and say martial arts is the only thing you need to train in, the only thing you need to do. For some of you out there, like me, that works better. You know, I played football, soccer, baseball, all those other sports, and for me, martial arts was a better fit, okay? But that's not true for everybody. But here's what I want to do. I want to try to destroy this myth that we have to have our kids in everything, okay? That we have to have our kids on soccer, and select soccer, then baseball, then select baseball, and then all-stars baseball, and then bowling league, and then swim team, and then chess club, and then it is a never-ending circus of trying to get one kid from here to there and everywhere, and it just drives our community crazy, okay? And so I'm not trying to give parental advice, but it looks like I'm gonna. We want to make sure we understand that martial arts lifestyle can cohabitate with another training. Baseball. So we've had kids that play baseball. They still train once to twice a week during baseball season just to stay active here. They may not test, but they're staying active training, and they're also doing their baseball. That's a hard schedule. But here's the deal. The ones that train consistently throughout baseball season come back after baseball season. Those guys are fully committed again, okay? But then baseball season's over. Well, now we've got select soccer starting. And then now we've got this, and now we've got that. And now your child feels like they're not really getting in their martial arts training. You want them so badly to be a black belt. You want them so badly to be a martial artist and have that lifestyle of a martial artist. But we just have them engaged in too many things. All right? Imagine if that child spent just as much time in the martial arts training as they did in those other sports. How amazing that child would be by the time they got their black belt, their second degree, their third degree, went to high school, went to college. I mean, they would be amazing martial artists, and that's a great goal for us to do. 2 days a week training in Taekwondo is nothing compared to some of the schedules of those other activities, but because we're so focused during these 45-minute to hour training sessions, your child's becoming an amazing athlete within these four walls, okay? So make sure you kind of rededicate yourself to your martial arts training and understand this isn't some after-school activity, okay? If you pay the bills for Taekwondo, you know this is not just some after-school activity. You're investing in a lifestyle of health, wellness, fitness, and just mentally continuing to challenge yourself through life, all right? So, again, I'm Michael Mershad with Ultimate Leadership Martial Arts. Ultimate Leadership, Ultimate Results.